Hi, I'm Johanna Kitchell from Riverside Junior High in Fishers, Indiana. Today we're going to talk about standing base posture. I think that standing is a great option for your beginners. I think it's better than a sitting posture. First thing you want to check is base height. You want to make sure that the base end pin is set to be the correct height for your students. There are a couple ways to check this. You can check and see if the scroll is just above sort of their headline. You can also check with the left hand by ensuring that where their left hand fingers are going to go is about in line with their eyes. The next thing you want to check is the placement of their feet. I tell my bass players to stand with their feet about shoulder width apart, with their right foot facing forward and their left foot slightly turned out. You also want to make sure that they have their knees slightly bent and relaxed. Once they've got that set, they can also check then the angle and placement of the bass along their body. Have them find their hip joint and they lean the bass up against their hip joint. You want to make sure that the bass doesn't tip too far forward or too far backwards, but is comfortably resting against their hip. You also want to make sure that they don't angle the bass too low or angle the bass too high. The next thing you can look at is a safe way for them to hold their bass while in rest position. The buddy hold, it's a safe way for them to make sure that they can hold their bass in rest position without developing any bad left hand habits. Regarding their left hand, when the basses are holding their left hand, they want to make sure that their elbow isn't too low where it's touching the bass, but also isn't too high. A nice comfortable angle that keeps their arm pretty straight is what they want, and you shouldn't have them squeezing too much. A few things to be aware of when it comes to the bass posture. You want to make sure your students keep their knees slightly bent and relaxed so that they're not worried about anything while they're standing for long periods of time. You also want to make sure that they stay pretty straight at the hips, that they don't bend too far forward while they're playing. And you want to make sure that they keep their left hand relaxed and they don't start gripping with their left hand. This posture will help them have a great setup for the future.